Hello, this is a short tutorial in which I'm going to try to clarify some issues with this package. I believe that it's quite easy to use these things inside your project. First of all, I encourage you to understand a little bit of C#, so you can go to the scripts and just take a look at them. In the documentation we have a short explanation of each variable, what they do in the script. And if you have looked at the cardboard main package when you download it from the original site, you see that the main object is this cardboard thing. Okay, so in fact this thing here is just the prefab that is obtained through the cardboard prefabs cardboard main, and I just copied there. So if you take this thing off, you have the HUD, the menu, the event system, and the ref. So the event system, okay, is just the case input module and the event system that's going to manage all the events when you want to click the button. Okay, the ref, it's, I'm going to show you while I'm playing the scene, is going to be the object that moves when my head is looking to a button. So you can see that this object is now here, but if I go to the button one, the object moves. So in fact it's like an intermediate object to obtain the position with that slurp or slurping motion. Okay, so ref is displaying, event system is displaying, cardboard main is displaying. Now menu. So the menu is just a canvas, as you can see, a workspace canvas in which you have your buttons here. Okay, so as you can see, we have now a function, okay, that is in HUD, and we're saying change text. Okay, so if you go to HUD, that is the last thing we have to explain. Okay, it's just a script that is going to use, as you can see, some images to simulate like a pointer. In this case, this blue stuff here that you can change if you want. Okay, by this script here you can go ahead and say we want another image. Okay, and you choose it. That's easy enough. So you have that option, and then if you go to the coding, okay, as I said before, to the bottom, you know, you have this HUD script that you say, what, let's open the circle trigger. Then you will be able to create new functions here. Okay, so for example, let's just do a short example. Okay, so this is the function that is being called by the buttons. So you can see that when I press a button, this function is called, and the button is creating a text or a modification on the text, better said. Okay, so I'm going just to code public void example. Okay, so it has to be public. If you know C# has to be public because we want to call it from another object. Okay, so we're going to do, I'm going to pass here, I don't know, renderer rend. Okay, and we want to say, okay, when this function is called, the renderer that we're going to pass through the object is going to be set to false. Okay, so I'm going to add a simple object here that's going to be a cube, a really ugly looking cube here. Oh, let's see. Oh my gosh, my computer is going really slow. So yes, what's the matter with the cube? I'm not able to see it. Okay, now, so I'm going to put the cube there. Okay, and now we're going to try to make the example work. Okay, so for example, let's go to the button one, that is number one, and say in this case, okay, we don't want to trigger this function, man. We want to go to circle trigger, and then we want to call the example function. Okay, and then we go and we say cube. Okay, and this is going to be the parameter that we're passing through. So in fact, when I now go to the menu and I go to button 1, the cube is going to disappear. Okay, let me just finish this example by doing the opposite thing. Okay, so example, you go to button 1 and you say here, instead of button 1, you say erase render, or better said, render off. Okay, and then you want that button 2 does the opposite thing, that is render on. So in this case you will need to implement another function that is going to be called by this button here, and you can do it really easy by just copying this code here and say, okay, we want this set to true, and I'm going to call it example2. Okay, just for fun. Then I will have to erase this code on my computer. Okay, so let's see. Let's go to here, and we have already the HAL reference, and this time we say example2 and we reference the same cube. Okay, so let's check it out. Let's see if it disappears. Boom, disappears. Let's see if appears. Boom, appears again. So you know, it has taken me like 2 or 3 minutes to implement a easy interaction with a cube that you can apply to your project easily. So if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to contact me.